Hey there, my name is Rachel Langford, and for the last year, I've had the pleasure of working for the church as the worship pastor. But my story doesn't start a year ago. My childhood is actually filled with memories of this church family. And when I think about my childhood, I feel so blessed that I had a family that was so involved in the church. I remember coming to church with my mom on Thursday nights for choir practice, and my mom was the organist and the choir director. And my aunts would sing in the choir, and I remember sitting beside them and singing with them, wondering why couldn't I join the choir as a little 5-year-old and being upset by that. I can remember the trips my dad would take to Nicaragua and finally being able to go with him one year when I was 12. And my siblings were all involved in the youth group, and I loved seeing them hanging out with all the older teenagers and desperately wanting to hang out with them too. But as a little annoying sister, I rarely got the chance. Fast forward to when this current church building was being built. I can remember my dad, Mark Yonchar, and Bill Chesney helping in the construction. And one day when my dad took my family to see the building, we went and looked at the big new sanctuary, and everything was still unfinished. There was no drywall or flooring. And I have this very clear memory of going on the stage, looking out, and just praying something along the lines of, God, please let me worship, lead worship on this stage. And I just knew that in that moment, God was saying yes. And when I was in high school, my sister Brianne and her husband Ben started working here as the worship pastors. And these years were so formative for me as a Christian and as a worship leader, as I was on the worship team and was under his leadership. In grade 10, I attended the youth group with John Haddo as the leader, and I can remember one Friday night at youth, there was this new guy sitting in the front row who was kind of cute, and that guy was Mac Langford, and we were married in this church on January 3rd of 2015 as young 19 and 21-year-olds 9 years ago. And Mac and I just feel that it's so special to just be back at IPC and raise our 2 boys in this church family, because of the significance that this place and the people have had on us, and so many great memories and many things God has done here. We love this church, and we are excited for all the wonderful people that God has brought to Innerkip Church. I look forward to seeing God draw people into the knowledge of His presence and for our faith to be deepened as we congregate each week.